Today on the Trend Out Loud podcast.
I still don't know why she's coming on black media all of a sudden. I don't know what her message is. I don't know what her point is. Charlamagne gave her the opportunity, and I don't feel like she hit a home run. I feel maybe she hit, a base hit. What up? It's your boy Trend Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, okay, I got a good show set up for you guys today. It's not a huge episode, but I got a good show set up for you guys. I got 3 lead stories. We're gonna talk about Candice Owens, Joe Biden, and the New York attorney that's going after Donald Trump. Then we're gonna jump into quick news. We're gonna talk about Carlee Russel, Ray J, and then Marlon Wayans. Then we're gonna jump into everyone's new favorite segment, Speed News. Thank you for your emails, by the way. In Speed News today, we got Drake, DDG, Nicki Minaj, Kanye, Beyonce, and Cardi B. Then we're going to jump into Question of the Day. And then, of course, as always, we're going to finish off with sports news. We're going to talk about Shaq and women's basketball. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, devices, or your radios up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Candice Owens explains why she married a white man. Okay, before I play this clip for you guys, I have to address the headline. Yesterday, I hyped up Charlamagne, Breakfast Club, Just Hilarious, and Tez having Candice Owens on the show, and it was lackluster. I just gotta be honest, it just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting to come on today's show with multiple headlines, and the only thing that are on the blogs, the only thing people are talking about after the hour-long interview is what Candice Owens said about marrying a white man. For everything that Candice Owens has said, for all the outlandish comments that she has made about Black America, white America, and being so far right and extremist, the only headline that came out online was Candice Owens marrying a white man. That was very lackluster. I have to preface that with saying we all know that Charlamagne's interview style is allowing the guest to speak however they want. His style is not coming after his guest. Tez has made that very apparent to us. And everybody, because everybody has always asking Teslin why isn't she there for the political commentators like Candice Owens? Because we would all love to see Tez and Candice Owens go at it. But Tez has always made it very clear that she's there to report the news, and the guests are for the co-host, or the host and co-host, which is Charlamagne, Jess, and Envy, to do those interviews. So, and she has made it very apparent that the Charlamagne's interview style is very different from hers. Not knocking Charlamagne's interview style, and I get it, and that's why more people feel very comfortable to go on the Breakfast Club. Sorry if I'm going on a little bit of a rant and not focusing on the actual headline, but I made such a big deal about it yesterday that I feel like I need 2 minutes to just vent a little bit. And as I respect Charlamagne's interview style of let the guests come on and talk, I still feel like he should have went after her a little bit more. Candice Owens is an extreme Republican right-wing personality. And Charlamagne is not necessarily an extreme left-wing. Charlamagne has made it very clear that he just wants politics that speak to the Black community, or the community that he represents, which is the Black community. And I get it, but I guess I just wish that he would have went a little bit more, seeing that it was Candice. And I guess more importantly, I wish Candice would have used the opportunity to be more extreme on her side. I don't know, I guess my overall review is I'm disappointed. I didn't finish the whole entire interview. It was an hour and 8 minutes. I think I'm at 52 minutes. And literally it's because I was gathering other stories as I was going along. I actually just wanted to finish the interview 15 or 20 minutes in. I was just like, nobody's saying anything. Nobody's making headlines in this interview. So I did hype it up a lot yesterday. I was very excited for it. And my review is that I think it was lackluster. I don't think that either Charlamagne or Candice really doubled down on their views. But if I have to point my finger at one person, excuse me, I'm gonna point my finger at Candice. Charlamagne has made it very clear, like I just told you earlier, and Tez was the one who really made this clear, is that Charlamagne wants to use the Breakfast Club platform for guests who kind of want to make it a soapbox. Like, here's our platform to 9-10 million listeners daily, and you have an opportunity, and we're going to give you that opportunity. And Candice really didn't say anything that was really progressive on her side. I just thought it was just very basic. She didn't say anything that she hasn't said before, and I was just disappointed in the interview. So that's my review on it. Charlamagne is how Charlamagne is, the new Charlamagne. We know that he's not the Charlamagne that he was, 5 or 6 years ago. But if he was that Charlamagne 5 or 6 years ago, he wouldn't be getting the guests that he has on now. And the Breakfast Club is a platform to let people speak and give their opportunity to his listeners. And that's the beauty, the underlying beauty of what the Breakfast Club has become. You want to have an opportunity to speak to the Breakfast Club audience. We're going to give you that. I still don't know 100% why Candice Owens is so dedicated on speaking to the Black audience. Like I told you guys before, she was on Joe Budden's podcast, which I still haven't heard. It's still behind a paywall. It's Joe Budden still has it on Patreon, and he hasn't released it to YouTube yet. So I'm anxious to see. Maybe that interview might be a little bit juicy. And I still don't know what her reasoning is for trying to talk to Black media. Maybe she's trying to cross over and she's exhausted herself with her extreme right wing and white wing media. So maybe she's trying to get new listeners. I'm still not sure about that, but yeah, as you guys can tell from this rant, and like I said, give me a second to rant a little. Yeah, I still don't know why she's coming on Black media all of a sudden. I don't know what her message is. I don't know what her point is. Charlamagne gave her the opportunity, and I don't feel like she hit a home run. I feel maybe she hit, a base hit at best, not even a double. So that's my review. Getting back to the topic at hand, I'm going to play a little clip, and here is Candice explaining why she married a white man and why she feels like we shouldn't allow race to influence the person who we marry or fall in love with. Here's a clip.
I want to go back to something you said earlier, because I know a lot of people will hear you say, well, Candice, you're speaking a lot about the Black family, but then you married a white man.
I think the greatest thing ever is when people come together on the basis of who they love and get married.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but I don't even want to give my opinion on that, because Candice Owens on Black urban media, I want to hear more. I want to sink my teeth into something more of than why she just was marrying a white guy. Like, I want more than that, so I don't even have a comment. And I'm just done with this story. That's it. My review is that it was lackluster and not worth the hype. Simple. All right, in our second lead story, Joe Biden announces plan to forgive nearly $6 billion in student loan debt for public service workers. This is amazing news. We all know that it's political season and Joe Biden is, Joe Biden. I'm thinking about last segment, that Joe Biden, it's political season, and the more money that he gives out to the people is the more votes that he's going to get. We all know politicians do this all the time, but it's still nice to see that he's willing to put himself out there for scrutiny to give back money to especially public workers. I'll read to you a little bit of the headlines. Joe Biden has announced that his administration will be canceling another round of student loan debt for 78,000 individuals working in the public sector. In addition, 380,000 more borrowers may be eligible for debt relief within the next 2 years and will be getting emails from Biden with a message that says, keep it up. So again, this is Biden on his political campaign, relieving debt release, but this is something that he campaigned on 4 years. A lot of people are upset that this is only coming to fruition 4 years from now, and it just so happens to be during the political season where you want us to vote for him. I'm saying us like I'm American, where he wants Americans to vote for him. But at the end of the day, there's still 78,000 individuals collectively getting debt relief, and he's promising to do more. So to all my Americans out there, let me know what you guys think of this. Do you feel like it's a witch hunt and he's just trying to go after your votes? Or do you feel like when if Biden and Kamala Harris are elected again, do you feel like ultimately Biden and Harris will fulfill their promise to forgive debt relief? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And for those of you who are listening on radio, please send me your emails, trendoutloud@cfqr.com. I would love to hear what you guys think of this debt relief. And to my Canadians out there, this is why I love putting in American politics and American news. Justin Trudeau, what are you doing for the debt relief for Canadians? What are you doing for the students in Canada who come out of school and are in debt? Are you taking a page out of the Americans' books? Are you taking a page out of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's books? What are we doing for student debt in Canada? I put this question to the political party in Canada. What are we doing for our students for debt relief in Canada? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if anybody has access to Justin Trudeau, send this to him. We would like to have him on the Trend Out Loud podcast. And we want to know what you are doing for student debt relief in Canada. All right, in our third lead story, New York Attorney General initiates proceedings to seize Donald Trump's assets as part of the fraud trial verdict. All right, this is actually, in my opinion, the most exciting story in all of our lead stories. I was literally watching this for a couple of hours today on CNN and MSNBC. This coming Monday, the beginning of next week, the Attorney General of New York will start seizing Donald Trump's properties. This is crazy to me. The former president of the United States, Donald Trump, who has said repeatedly that he's worth billions of dollars, close to, I played a clip yesterday, $10 billion, cannot come up with $500 million to pay for his fraud case. I'll give a little bit of a background to those of you who don't know the context. Donald Trump was found guilty for fraud. He has embellished his property values to try to get loans on his properties. The government, the court found him guilty. What a lot of people don't know, even a friend of mine was saying, oh, a lot of real estate developers do this all the time. They embellish their property values. 100%. First, that doesn't make it right. Second, what a lot of people don't realize is that Donald Trump has been slapped on the wrist for this repeatedly, 4, 5, 6 times that he's been found, quote unquote, guilty of this. And this is why the judge has said, hey, we have warned you about this repeatedly, not to inflate the value of your properties. And now we have found you guilty for fraud and you have to pay $500 million, regardless of his appeal procedures, which is going to happen later on. Until you have your appeal process, you still have to come up and pay the penalty, which is $500 million, and Donald Trump can't come up with it. And he has tried, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 30 banks have denied him loans. He can't get bonds. Nobody is fronting Donald Trump the $500 million for him to pay what the judge has found him, for his penalty that the judge found him guilty of. He's been found guilty in civil court and he needs to pay $500 million and he can't come up with the money. Starting on Monday, Donald Trump might lose his properties. The Attorney General in New York might go and start seizing his properties, sell it in a fire sale to come up to pay his $464 million. And now with interest, it's over $500 million. And they're going to start seizing Donald Trump, the former president of the United States. They're going to start seizing his property to come up with the $500 million. I find that's amazing. There's people on both sides that say this is a witch hunt. real estate developers has been doing this for years and they're attacking him. Of course, Donald Trump is saying that it's a witch hunt. The Democrats are trying to take his property. At the end of the day, it's a court proceeding. A judge found him guilty. He has to pay a penalty and he's being treated like a normal person. And that's the side that I am on. There's been real estate developers that have done this and that has gotten away, but there's also been real estate developers who have gotten this and have to have paid a fine too. And if he's a real estate developer and you don't want to look at him as a president, then he should have to pay his penalty. And if he wins it in appeal court, he'll get his money back. The irony of it is that if they sell off his property, we'll say if for now, if they sell off his property, the irony is that if he wins in appeal court, he doesn't get his property back, but he'll get his money back. And as he deems it, his property is worth over billions of dollars, but on a fire sale, they'll sell close to $2-3 billion worth of property to just get $500 million. So, I know that's a lot of information, but they might seize billions of dollars of property from Donald Trump, from his New York real estate, put it on a fire sale to get $500 million. And if he wins in appeal court, he'll get his money back, but he won't get his properties back. The thing that I love about this is just that the court system is treating Donald Trump like a regular person. Like I always say, I'm trying not to get political on my podcast. Vote for whoever you want to. I'm just reporting you guys of what the news is out there. And you have to love that a former president, Donald Trump, a billionaire, is getting treated like a normal real estate developer. And I think that's the beauty in this. Like the courts are working in the people's favor and he's getting treated like a normal person. Say whatever you want. I don't think that anybody should get special treatment. And I love to see the court proceedings just treating him like a normal person. That's what I love about this. Let me know. This is another thing that I want you guys to let me know about. Comment below, send me an email, trendoutloud@cfqr600.com. Let me know what you think about this. And I will definitely follow up next week. As you can tell, I'm very excited about this. I can't wait to find out if Donald Trump's New York properties will be sold off on a fire sale. Let me know what you think about this. I really want to know. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Carlee Russel placed on 12 months supervision probation after pleading guilty in kidnapping hoax. The judge says it would be a waste of government resources to put her in jail. What are we talking about here? All right, to give you guys context, if you guys remember around, I don't know, I think it was maybe around a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, Carlee Russel faked her kidnapping, saying that she was kidnapped on the side of the road and everybody was looking after her and she was just doing it all for clout. Come to find out now that this woman is not getting put in jail and she's just getting put on probation because it would be a waste of taxpayers' money. I just said in the last segment how I love how the court system is working for people, and then literally we have the court system not working. This is just crazy to me. This woman, everybody was going crazy. I remember I was even doing my podcast at that time, and I remember talking about this case, saying we need to look for Carlee Russel. She's been kidnapped, doing all this stuff, and she really just did this for like Instagram fame. If you ask me, this woman should be put under the jail. Like, this is crazy. Anyways, let me read a little bit of the story to you. Carlee Russel has avoided jail time after pleading guilty to faking her own kidnapping in 2023. According to NBC News, Russell pleaded guilty on 2 counts of false reporting to law enforcement and falsely reporting an incident, but somehow managed not to be sentenced to any jail time. Judge David Carpenter reportedly suspended Russell's 2 6-month jail sentencing, saying it would be a waste of government resources to put her in jail. Russell has been placed on supervised probation for 12 months and will have to pay $17,000 in penalty. What? You had every single newscast, every single headline was about this woman being abducted and she's not going to jail? Yo, I know people in the hood that are doing way less than they're in jail for 5 or 6 years, and this woman's in probation and now you're worrying about taxpayers' money? I hate this story. I hate this verdict. Somebody needs to come after Judge David's job. This is a horrible result to a case that was national news for wasting everyone's time, including mine, because I was vouching for her that we should do more looking for her, and it turns out to be a hoax because you wanted to have Instagram clout. Yo, send this woman to jail for 10 years. All right, in our second quick story, Ray J reacts to rumors of Princess Love dating John Boyega. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. To be honest with you, I don't even know why this is in quick stories because it's really not really important. But it's actually just funny to hear that Ray J was on Angela Yee's radio show, and to hear him hear her talking about news, the daily news, about Ray J's ex-wife, who he's divorcing, dating somebody. It's actually really funny. I'm going to play the clip for you. For those of you who can't see this, who are just listening to this on the radio, go to my YouTube page, Trend Out Loud. You'll see his reaction when Angela Yee is just reporting a story about Princess Love, his wife or ex-wife. They're going through a separation. And then you see him like, what is going on? Like, I'm trying to describe it the best for you, but he's like, what is going on? Are you reporting about my wife dating somebody? It's really funny. Let me play the clip. And like I said, I'm trying to give you context for those of you who can't see it. It's just actually really funny. Just think about if you're on a radio show and somebody is there reporting on the news, and the news that's being reported is about your wife dating somebody. It's actually really funny. Take a listen.
According to this top story on here, British actor John Boyega is now dating Ray J's wife. Okay, you're taking your glasses off.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You don't gotta look too hard. You good.
So they've been allegedly spotted out at a hotspot called Station 1640.
Yo, shout out to Ray J. I feel like you handled that well, bro. I don't know how I would have handled hearing that news about my wife or ex-wife or person who I am separating from, but you handled that well, man. Shout out to Ray J. All right, in our third quick story, Marlon Wayans speaks on paternity suit. He says, and I quote, "I am a good man with a good heart, a strong sense of responsibility, but I refuse to be used and discredited." Okay, so there's a lot of back and forth going on about Marlon Wayans. And for those of you who don't recognize the name Marlon Wayans, the Wayans brothers in Living Color, like, you know, the brothers of comedy, if you want to classify them. And there's accusations. This woman is making an accusation that he fathered her baby, and he's saying that it's not true. Let me show you just a little bit. I think I might have a clip. Or no, it's not a clip. Let me read to you a little bit of the headline of what he said. He said, "All love, all God. This baby isn't a secret. The mama has been posting, but I choose to keep my baby's private life private. Ain't nobody's business. Social media is toxic and dangerous, and I like to keep things at peace." So the baby is his. That's him really admitting it. So it's been kind of like rumbling out here, like, why hasn't he admitted it? He came out today and said, listen, I know there's been a little bit of rumblings online, and yes, the baby is mine, but he's saying that he didn't really want to keep it a secret. He just doesn't feel the need to post it out here on social media. Listen, I love the Wayans brothers. I love Marlon, super funny guy, but I don't know how much I believe this story because, you know, like, it kind of seems like, yes, you were hiding the story. I actually heard this kind of like rumbling around and I never reported it. It's the first time I'm talking about it. But the reason why I'm talking about it is because he took so long to come out and admit to it. So it just seemed like he made us kind of seem like it wasn't true because he really wasn't answering it. And then the speculations that he made, and then he comes out and saying that I just didn't want to make that public. Marlon, it's your baby. Come out and say it. There's nothing wrong with saying it. Don't try to blame it to say, well, I just don't need to post everything on social media. Because if you don't feel like you need to post everything on social media, why now, a month later after the baby's born, now you're saying it? It just feels like it feels like you're late to the party. You know what I mean? Just either say something or not saying. That's just how I see it. But I love Marlon. I love the Wayans brothers. So shout out to you guys. And at the end of the day, a baby is a blessing. So shout out to you, your baby, and your new baby mama. So yeah, it's a blessing. All right, this brings us to our new segment that's been going well. Thanks again for all your emails. This brings us to Speed News. Ring my bell. Drake posts a very disturbing video of him wringing out his shirt after his concert. This is actually very friggin' bizarre. Like, I don't understand what Drake is doing. Again, this is a video that you guys need to see. If you're watching this on the podcast platform or on radio, go to my YouTube page, Turn Out Loud, to see the video. I'll post up the video. I'll try to describe it to you. Drake is in a room. He has like a tank top on. He takes his tank top off and wrings out his shirt. And it can't be sweat. It's like literally as if like somebody like soaked, it's like he soaked his shirt in like a bucket of water and wrung it out. Like nobody sweats that much, but like, why are you posting this, Drake? Like, it makes no sense. It's super awkward. And you know that I'm a Drizzy fan. I am all pro Drake, but this is a very disturbing video. I don't know why this is on social media. This is why this is in speed news, so I could literally speed past it and forget about it. This is one video that I would like to forget that I ever saw of Drake. Drake wringing out his tank top that looks like literally like a mop bucket draining out of water. This is just gross. DDG sends love to Sexyy Red and tweets out, Sexyy Red top 5 female rappers of all times. All right, you guys know how much I'm a huge Sexyy Red fan I am. I am all for all Sexyy Red love. However, Sexyy Red is not top 5 female rappers of all time. And unfortunately, she's not even close. Bro, you have like Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj, Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, MC Lyte. Like, I could keep going on and on and on. Like, Sexyy Red is not even top 10. Sexyy Red is probably not even top 15 female rappers of all time. And I love Sexyy Red. But please do not respect the queens of hip hop. Please do not respect the queens of rap and put her in that category. Because Sexyy Red, I don't even think herself would put her in the category of top 5 female rappers. When you're talking about rap, you're talking about lyrics, you're talking about delivery. She's not there. Sexyy Red, like I tell you guys all the time, and this is why I love her, Sexyy Red is an entertainer, right? She's coming here, she's not dropping bars, she's not being lyrical, she's entertaining you. So let's pump the brakes a little bit on putting her in any top category other than a great entertainer. And I love Sexyy Red, but Sexyy Red is not top 5, not even close. Sorry, Sexyy Red, sorry, DDG, but no. She's not. It's just no. Nicki Minaj calls out a fan on her tour for not being able to sing. I think I have a video for this. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Yeah, take a listen of this fan. You cannot, if you're not watching this video again for the 3rd time, go to my YouTube channel at Trend Out Loud and see Nicki Minaj, her face snatching the mic from a member in the audience who has horrible vocals. Take a listen to this. Yo, shout out to Nicki Minaj for keeping it real. Nicki's like, I don't care if you're a fan, you're at my concert, whatever. That was horrible. Give me back my mic. Like I said, if you can't see the video, her eyes opens up really big. She puts out her hand like, yo, give me back my mic. You're horrible. And she tweets out, they're so lucky I can't sing either, child. I would take the mic and really show them something. So I guess she maybe kind of felt bad and maybe made a joke about it, but that was really funny. Nicki Minaj keeping it 100% real, being like, just give me back my mic. You're a horrible singer. It was really funny. All right, Kanye West is back in the headlines, but this time for not saying anything. Kanye West posted on his Instagram a huge bed. Think about like a bed that's like a 10 times king size bed, and I think it's his wife who's literally sitting down there surrounded by 10 pillows, and she has her phone out, and it looks like she's recording or on her phone, and that's it. We don't hear anything else. I'll play a little clip, and I don't know. There's nothing much to the story. It's just Kanye. Like, who knows? We might get a song tomorrow, but there's something brewing up because his wife, well, we assume that's his wife, is just laying in a 10 times size king bed, and she's just there. And I don't know what to make of it, but it's actually a cool visual. Again, for the 4th time, go to my YouTube page and check it out. Beyonce's stylist fires back at Erkah Badu and sends her pictures of Beyonce with her hair in braids, post Erkah Badu having her hair in braids. I talked about this on yesterday's podcast where Erkah Badu kind of friendly called out Beyonce for kind of like channeling her inner Erkah Badu. And I guess her stylist came back out and posted like a young Beyonce in braids saying, she slays, now, then, and always. I don't know what that means. Like, who owns the look of their hair being in braids with beads? A little bit of the story wrote, Beyonce's publicist posts throwbacks pics of the singer's hair in braids after Erkah Badu reposts Beyonce's hair on her new cover of her album. So, like I said, I thought it was friendly, but the fact that her publicist is posting this a day later, there might be some like internal beef. This doesn't prove anything that Beyonce owns this style. If you ask anybody in the industry, this is really more of an Erkah Badu hairstyle. So putting up pictures of Beyonce's hair in braids really doesn't tell us anything. But hey, if that makes you feel better, Miss Publicist, then go ahead. It's still an Erkah Badu style that Beyonce is channeling. And there's nothing wrong with that. You should channel, every female artist should want to channel their inner Erkah Badu. She's that great. All right, in our last speed story, Cardi B posts an up-close picture of everything. And I'm saying everything by trying to be polite, where Cardi B is in a very short crop top and very see-through kind of G-string, if I'm keeping it G-rated for the radio. For those of you who are not able to see this picture, again, go to my YouTube page at Trend Out Loud. If there's ever a show to go and see on my YouTube channel, it would be today's episode, because there's a lot of things I'm showing you that I cannot articulate. Cardi B is on her promo run. She's releasing her sophomore album. She's released 2 songs, 2 freestyles. And for those of you who have seen her rollout, she's been very sexy, let's put it that way, in her rollout. And she's been very open about showing off her body. These pictures are very nice. Cardi B is looking very hot, as you can see. And yeah, shout out to Cardi B. I like it, man. You know, in honor of Cardi B, let's throw to some Cardi B music. I don't know if I should play a freestyle. You know what? I'm gonna play Bodak Yellow. If you're watching this if you're listening to this on CFQR600.com or CFQR600 AM, I'm gonna play Cardi B, Bodak Yellow. If you're listening to this on YouTube or podcast channels, please listen to this podcast on the radio, CFQR600.com or AM, so that you can hear the music that we played during this podcast. It's 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B, but like I just did, I will throw in some new music if there's a story. Yesterday I played some Erkah Badu. Today I'm gonna play Cardi B. If you're listening to this on the radio, we're throwing to Bodak Yellow, YouTube or podcast. We're gonna go to question of the day. All right, this brings us to question of the day. What's the most outrageous thing you would do if you knew that you couldn't fail at it? Listen again. What's the most outrageous thing you would do if you knew you couldn't fail? All right, of course, you know I gotta go to the comment section. Perk8582 wrote, rob all the banks in America. How did I know somebody was gonna write rob all the banks in America? I just knew that somebody was gonna do that. It's Melanin Mafia wrote, steal all podcast equipment? Yo, I take offense to that, man. Leave me and my camera and my microphone. Leave us podcasters alone, all right? LaBelle Spirit wrote, become a nurse practitioner. Okay, I don't get that. How is that like, okay, I don't get that. Oddly Different 72 wrote, get men pregnant. See, that's a good answer. I didn't even think of something like that, man. That's actually really good. Crazy Tam wrote, pick winning lottery numbers for $900 million jackpot on Friday. Sapin Matt wrote, create a cure for cancer knowing the government wouldn't allow it. Okay, I don't get that answer. Yes, Kaplan wrote, never go to work again while maintaining the same elevated lifestyle. That's a good answer. All right, I'll read one last one for you. Nicki Salaster wrote, go to heaven. Okay, I really don't even get that answer. All right, my answer would be anything my heart so desires. I will try anything because I'm never afraid to fail. So that's my answer for this. Anything my heart desires, whether it be a podcast, whether it be writing a book, whether it be starting a retail store. These are all things that I have done because I'm never afraid to fail. I know it sounds a little bit corny, sorry, but try everything and never be afraid to fail. That's my answer. All right, this brings us to sports news. Shaquille O'Neal got on his podcast, shout out to all my podcasters, and he said, the women's players are kicking the men's butts. You got Angel Reese, you've got the girls from South Carolina, you got Juju Watkins, you got Caitlin Clark. It's just a better game. They're more competitive. I 100% agree with Shaq. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, it's March Madness. The women's college basketball is far more exciting than the men's basketball. Whether you want to say that the bracket who people ended up to, the men's is boring and the women's bracket is put together a lot better, it's not that. It's that, like how tennis was when Serena and Venus came in, the women players are just more exciting, and it's also too just new, right? Because we never used to follow women's basketball, and I'm here for it. I love Caitlin Clark. I love Angel Reese. I talked about her yesterday in my podcast. She's single right now. I'm a big fan. And salute to all these women out here, man. Women, college players, and women's basketball is getting excited. Coming from a huge basketball fan, I'm really excited to see what these female college athletes are going to do and what they're going to do for the WNBA. Shout out to Kobe Bryant and his daughter who passed away, Gianna. Kobe had predicted that women's basketball was going to be the next big thing, and he was raising and training his daughter, of course, to be in college basketball and to be in the WNBA. And as you guys know, he had 4 daughters and didn't have any boys. And I think Gianna was going to come and tear up the WNBA and women's basketball. So RIP to Gianna and Kobe, but it's nice to see women's basketball really picking up out here. And like Shaq said, pretty much being more exciting than men's basketball. So shout out to the female basketball players out there. All right, that's it for the end of the show. That's it for the show. This is the end. Please send me your emails, trendoutloud@cfqr600.com. If you're watching this on YouTube or podcast channels, please comment below. Let me know what you think. Are you back with me? Push back. Let me know what you think. If you're on the radio, let me know how you like the music that we're playing, something else that you want to hear. Let me know. I answer all my emails. I answer all my comments. Let me know. Stay in touch with your boy. It's Trent Out Loud. I'm out. Peace.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace! For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcast, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. Once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.